So, a 10-man Chelsea actually held almighty Arsenal down to a 1-1 draw. In fact, having Arsenal struggle to come from behind to equalize. Wow. Enzo Maresca, you sure deserves your flowers on this time. Yes, a beautiful day to all of you watching, listening, wherever in any part of the world. Welcome to Wonderful Sport, right here where we give you all the latest in the world of sports. And I remain yours truly, Chikeze Queen Choma, your sports goddess, your sports queen, or your queen of the airways. Yes, I remain yours truly. And today, like usual, or as usual, we're going to bring you the roundup of some of the biggest games that went down during the weekend across Europe top 5 league. All right, and we're starting off the conversation with the game between Chelsea and Arsenal. Yes, it was the biggest game of the weekend. And trust me, it lived up to the expectation. It lived up to the hype. It lived up to the bidding. Except only that the hype that Arsenal were going to slaughter Chelsea, yes, didn't actually come to pass. It was a navy 1-1 draw. One that Arsenal would have lost, if you ask me, if there were 11 men, that is on the Chelsea side on the day. The game started very aggressive, as you would expect a London derby, that resulted in referee Anthony Taylor issuing out 3 yellow cards within 12 minutes. And further into the game, Moses Caicedo was sent off for a bad tackle on Mikel Merino, which meant Chelsea were reduced to 10 men. But they still managed to hold Arsenal down to a goalless draw in the first 45 minutes and taking an early lead in the second half, and then having Arsenal scramble from behind to equalize. The game ended 1-1 on the night, meaning that in the last 9 games now, yes, the yesterday game made it 9 games, Chelsea had managed just 2 draws against Arsenal. And those draws came at the Stamford Bridge. The rest of the games, Arsenal has won all. But let's look at some very important and maybe for some of you controversial talking points of those games. Now, aside the fact that Moses Caicedo was given a red card, yes, it was okay for some fans, that was deserving. How about Hincapia's elbow on Trevor Chaloba, which the injury from that very incident is still very visible on the player. But then, referee Anthony Taylor didn't deem it fit to give him a red card. Some fans are arguing that it was a double standard from the referee. I mean, looking at the Caicedo incident and that of Hincapie. And don't forget, it was the same elbowing that resulted in Cristiano Ronaldo being sent off for the first time in his career as a Portugal player. What do you think? And then for VAR, I mean, we also know how VAR also used to intervene in issues like this. But VAR also didn't intervene. Is that a double standard from PGMO? Or you think they are trying to make up for all the times that Arsenal have actually complained of being ill-treated by the PGMO? Let us know on the comment section. And still, with 10 men, Chelsea managed 11 shots against 11 men Arsenal on the night. No team has exceeded 11 shots against Arsenal this season. That's massive for Enzo Maresca and his boys. And let me also let you know that the assist from Bukayo Saka to Merino meant that Bukayo Saka had 1 assist in 1 year. Yes, the last time he had an assist before yesterday was exactly November 2024. That's too poor for a star boy, if you ask me. Anyway, moving on, let's also tell you that Liverpool secured their first win in what seemed to be like 5 games in all competitions. Yes, having lost back to back to back in the Premier League, they managed to win a struggling West Ham United. 3-0 it ended. And that's not just about it. The most beautiful thing in that encounter is that finally the curse has been broken. Yes, Isaac has risen as he scored his first Premier League goal for Liverpool in that encounter. Meanwhile, their playmaker Mo Salah was on the bench. And City also returned to winning ways at the Etihad. They won 3-2 against Leeds United. But that's not the main thing. The talking point is that Leeds United manager is claiming that City actually cheated, in that when they saw that there was a comeback from Leeds United, because Leeds United came from 2-0 down to score 2 goals. He said the goalkeeper of City, Alisson, started delaying, falling down and faking injury. For him, that was cheating and not tactics. What do you think? And also, Manchester United and Ruben Amorim went away from home to Crystal Palace to pick up all 3 points. Yes, they were a goal to nothing down, but then they finally won 2 goals to 1 rather, with goals from Joshua Sexy and Mason Mount. Now, looking at Joshua Sexy, don't forget, this is someone that there are plans to let him go in the January transfer window, howbeit on a loan deal or on a permanent basis. But do you think that would be a wise decision for Manchester United? Looking at his performance yesterday for the side. Also in that encounter, Captain Bruno Fernandes had 2 assists, which means that he becomes the top 4 highest assister for Manchester United, surpassing Paul Scholes with 56 assists as regards to Paul Scholes' 55 assists. Captain Fantastic, you would say. Okay, I'm moving on. Some other games in the Premier League yesterday. Fulham also won away from home against Tottenham Hotspur, which meant that the coach, Marco Silva, had managed 200 games as manager of Fulham. He actually ensured Fulham were promoted to the Premier League in 2021, and since then, he has steadied the ship for Fulham, ensuring that they remain in First Division football. And moving on from the Premier League, we go to La Liga, where Real Madrid failed to extend or to take the lead in the La Liga league table. They fell to a 1-0 draw against Girona. But in that encounter, Kylian Mbappe, yes, scored 2 goals, although one was cancelled for a handball and the other stood. That was one that ensured that at least Real Madrid went home with a point. But Kylian Mbappe had a fantastic season so far for Real Madrid. Let's see what the stats says about him. This season, he had managed 22 games for Real Madrid. He has scored 24 goals and had 3 assists. That is about 27 goal involvement in 22 games so far this season. Now, so his footballing career stats says 539 games played, 403 goals scored, 150 assists, meaning he's got 553 goals contribution in 539 matches. That is massive for a 26-year-old player. Also, the Frenchman also became the 3rd player with the most hat-tricks for Real Madrid in the 21st century, following the likes of Karim Benzema in 2nd with 11 hat-tricks and Cristiano Ronaldo, the Ogawatawata of them all, with 44 hat-tricks. He has recorded 5 hat-tricks alongside the likes of Vinicius Jr., but then he did his in fewer games. So let's bring you the top 5 leaders in across different leagues in Europe, starting with the Premier League now. Arsenal are still topping despite their 1-0 draw against Chelsea with 30 points, followed by Manchester City in 25 points, Chelsea in 3rd with 24 points, Aston Villa in 4th with 24 points, Brighton and Hove Albion in 5th with 22 points. And in La Liga, We have Barcelona taking the lead with 34 points, Real Madrid with 33 points in second, Villarreal with 32 points in third, and Atletico Madrid in fourth with 31 points. Bundesliga, we have Bayern Munich, of course, league leaders, 34 points. RB Leipzig in second with 26 points. See the gap. Borussia Dortmund in third with 25 points. Bayern Leverkusen in fourth with 23 points. And then Hoffenheim in fifth with 23 points. Ligue 1, and finally have Lens in first with 31 points. PSG are down to second with 30 points. And then we have Marseille in third with 29 points. And that is it for the leaders across Europe top 5 leagues. Now, some games are going to be happening this midweek in the Premier League. Let's reel out some of the fixtures starting from the games tomorrow. It will be Bournemouth versus Everton, Fulham versus Man City, Newcastle United versus Tottenham Hotspur. That's for tomorrow, Tuesday. And then we'll have Arsenal versus Brentford on Wednesday, Brighton versus Aston Villa, Burnley versus Crystal Palace, Wolves versus Nottingham Forest, Leeds United will take on Chelsea, and Liverpool will take on Sunderland. And on Thursday, it will be Manchester United versus West Ham United. While we conclude for today, let me give you some takeaways. Did you know that Luis Diaz, yes, the former Liverpool player, had more goals involvement this season than Alexander Isak, Florian Wirtz, Hugo Ekitike, Milos Kikes, and Jeremy Frimpong put together for Liverpool. He's had 20 goals involvement. And don't forget, Liverpool actually spent £400 million to acquire these 5 players. And just one man that they sold is doing better than 5 of them combined. Also, it is official. Manuel Pellegrini has signed a new contract with Real Betis. He's had more wins for Real Betis than any manager in Real Betis history. Remember Felipe Luis? He played for Atletico Madrid and Chelsea, retired in 2023 and went into coaching. Between 2024 and now, he has won 4 trophies for a Brazilian side, Flamengo. Moving on, one of the world GOATs in football, talking about Lionel Messi, he's become the player with the most assists in the history of football, 405, leading the likes of Ferenc Puskas in 404 and Pelé in 369. There's a reason he's called the GOAT, right? And that's all I have for you for today. Until I come your way again, please stay glued on this channel. Always, share with your friends, like, comment. And if you're not following us yet, if you have not subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for? See you again when I see you. I remain yours truly, Chikezekwe Nchoma, your sports goddess, signing out.